Yesterday I was putting up the sun visor in my car, just, something I do, and I have my garage door clicker on there. Just what I do, right? I have this habit, this pattern. And as I was putting it up, I heard something just go crunch in the sun visor. And suddenly it wouldn't stay up. It was just drooping down in my face. So I'm having to keep like putting that sun visor up, blocking my view. It's frustrating. So eventually, later on that night, my husband helped me to take it out. And that was harder than we thought because you have to like disengage the cable because it has a little light. For some reason, it was harder than it should be. And so all day long, every time I've gotten in the car to take my kids to school, picked up a child to go to the dentist, whatever it was, I have like grabbed for that absent, vacant, not existing any longer sun visor. And I'm like, oh, I keep doing that. I need to click the button and I'm like, where is it? We develop neural pathways and connections that remind us of a pattern, a habit we've been doing, an action, a behavior. We've done it lots of times. We're just really used to it. It's like muscle memory. You've heard of that term probably. And so we can have that happen. I think even like power outages is another really good example. So the power's out, we've had a storm, or in my neighborhood, it can be a sunny blue sky and no wind, and suddenly the power's out. No idea. That's just my neighborhood. But you walk into a room and try to flip the switch. Wait, why am I trying to flip the switch? I know the power's out. It's just such a habit, right? It's so ingrained into me. I walk into this room, it's a little dark. Flip the switch. I know exactly where they are. I just flail my hand wherever it needs to go. I can hit that switch. My brain has stored information because of repetition to get me to think I need to flip the switch. It's right here. I know exactly every room. And I don't need to when the power's out, but I'm so used to it, it's just automatic. You've probably all done that too. It's funny and annoying at the same time. And so I was finding that today with the sun visor, it's not there. And I'm just so used to it though that I keep reaching for it. Our thinking patterns can be similar. We can have thought patterns that we're having in our brain, but they send a signal into our body and we have an emotional experience. So that's what's happening when we have anxiety about something. We are having a thought, something might go wrong. I don't know how this is going to work out. What if I, trip and fall on my face in front of my class? What if? We can have all these ideas of what could go wrong, what could go wrong. And we have a signal going into our body, into our nerves, which then, travel all throughout our body. So our whole body is having an experience. And we have what we would term as anxiety. That maybe that tightening up of muscles, maybe your stomach starts to hurt. Everyone's a little bit different. But we have a general idea that we share of what anxiety is and how it feels. But now we can better understand because of all the neuroscience, all the research that's been done on emotions over the last decades, we have a better idea of why we feel anxiety, where it comes from, and maybe some things that can help us to manage that anxiety. I'm giving you the example of muscle memory, the light switch when the power's out, trying to flip that switch, or me with my sun visor that's no longer there. We took it out because it was broken. I need to order a new one. But all day long I've been trying to adjust that visor. It's sunny, kind of in my face, in my eyes. No visor. Or click the garage door button. It's not there. It's on the other one now. We can get into a habit of thinking thoughts that create anxiety in our body. We have to remember our circumstances do not create that feeling of anxiety. It's our thinking about the circumstance, the thinking in our brain, thinking, oh, what if something goes wrong? I'm unsure of what this outcome could be. I'm planning for this, but what if it doesn't pan out? That kind of thinking then generates in our bodies that anxiety, that worry. Like, what if it doesn't go well? And the more we stay in that habit, It's muscle memory almost, right? I think it is. It's neural pathways and your muscles in your body having that persistent experience that you've been creating by the way you think about things, and then you that becomes your go-to, your habit, your pattern. You're going to something's unfamiliar, automatically think it could go wrong. Now I feel anxious. We can break these patterns. And I'm going to tell you how. One tool that I've been using lately that has really helped me, because I have had a pattern of waking up at night, could be any time, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and I will start to think about yesterday and conversations that I had. And I replay it over and over and over. Did I say the right thing? Did I make sense? Should I have said this instead? Or reviewing how I taught a lesson, or I did a podcast episode, or I presented a class, and I'm thinking, or a private coaching call, and I'm thinking about it, reviewing it. It's playing in my mind, and I can't go back to sleep. And then I'm laying there. I should say, my husband has very good grammar. He would say, I was lying there. Then I'm just lying there for an hour, 2 hours, thinking and thinking about yesterday. Or I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking and thinking about, oh, I've got this to do and that to do, and coordinating all the running around of the shuttling of children, and how I'm going to make everything work out. What do I need to do? I have a class tomorrow. I have a coaching call tomorrow. What do I want to share with that person? And I start teaching myself. I'm coaching myself. I'm like, stop. I don't need this. I need sleep. This is my pattern. I've been in this pattern for years. Waking up, thinking about yesterday or something before that, thinking about tomorrow. How's it going to go? What do I need to do? Oh, I didn't do this thing yet. I need to make sure I do that. I need to go by the bank. I need to go to the store. And I can't stop. And I feel anxious. My muscles are tight. I can't relax. My breathing is probably more rapid. My heart rate's a little bit up. But just that tension is all throughout my body. Because again, our experience, our nervous system, fills our whole body. When you look at this diagram, you can tell where the fingers and toes are. You can tell the whole shape of the body because the nerves fill our whole body. About 45 miles of nerves fill your body. So everything that you're thinking, you're processing, you're taking in information through your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your hands, your ears, taking in information, and it's being taken up to your brain, processed, analyzed, and decided and determined, is this a threat to me or not? And so if your brain thinks, oh, this is a threat, then your sympathetic nervous system is activated. And that's when, yeah, you're more alert, you're more active, or you might feel depressed and have less energy. And in all cases, when your nervous system is activated into fight, flight, freeze, the sympathetic nervous system, your thinking and reasoning ability diminishes. Here's a lovely poster for that. And here's anxious, anxiety. Might be in flight mode. I'm trying to avoid a problem. I'm trying to avoid failing. I'm trying to avoid a relationship conflict. I'm trying to avoid, missing something that's important. And so my anxiety starts to kick in, and I worry because what if I forget? What if I don't get over to the bank and I'm supposed to pick up money and pay this person, or whatever it might be? Either way, going to the past or the future, I'm unsettled. I'm in a pattern of being unsettled when I'm supposed to be sleeping. This is torture. And especially if you have been a caregiver to precious little infants and toddlers, young children, which I have done. My name is Michelle Cox. I'm the mother of 6 kids. They were born over a span of 14 years. So I had a very long time of my life where I had children waking up at night. And bless and hallelujah all the days when they would sleep through the night, right? When they get to that point. But because I was in a habit and a pattern of having to wake up at night, my brain becoming active to take care of a child, I have this issue. It's continued. If I've got that muscle memory, that neural pathway, that I have to be awake in the middle of the night. So even though my youngest is now 8 years old, and I rarely ever have to get up with him anymore, maybe if he's had a stomach ache or something, but it's so rare that I shouldn't need to wake up, right? But there's that pattern and that habit that has been trained into my brain. Oh, it's the middle of the night. I should wake up and start thinking about all these things. But guess what? I found a tool that is helping me. And I first want to give you a little more background before I go to the tool, because this is really, really important to understand. Our brains are so complex, so incredible. They can think to the past, they can think about the present, and they can also think about the future. We can remember the past, we can observe what's happening right now, and we can make guesses about what's going to happen 5 minutes from now, or a day, or 10 years from now. We can make these assumptions, right? But that's the thing, our body is always in the present. Our body doesn't know the difference, right? It's just having an experience. Our body is not processing intellect. Our body is not thinking and reasoning and analyzing. Our body is just receiving information from our brain and then having an experience. That's all our body gets to do. And so our body's always in the present. So when you think about something happening tomorrow, oh no, what if this happens? What if that happens? Your body gets the signal of distress. Something bad's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to trip and fall down in front of my class. I'm going to run out of gas because I didn't make time to go here and there. And how's this interaction going to go? I need to bring something up with my husband or my child. And how's that going to go? And so my body's having the experience right now. Even though this event hasn't even happened, I've just made it up in my brain. Made it up. Total story. It's a movie that I can't stop looking at in my sleep, or when I should be asleep. I'm lying there in my bed. I really want to go to sleep, but I just have this movie that I'm creating that's happening in my brain. And my body feels it and stays alert. I've got to protect myself from all these potential problems I'm going to have tomorrow. Okay, so what do we do? Something wonderful to know is that all this communication that's happening between our body and our brain is bidirectional. So 20% of the communication going up and down your vagus nerve, which is the super highway, goes down the parallel sides of your body. That superhighway is conducting information, sending it back and forth from the brain to the body, body to the brain. 20% of it is from your brain to your body. 80% is from your body to your brain. So I have this cycle going. I'm thinking, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow? How's this going to work out? And I'm setting that danger signal into my body. My body is activated. My nervous system has gotten my muscles and my breathing and my heart rate changed, and to be more prepared for a problem and facing this threat, whatever it is, right? And so my body's feeling that, and I'm tense. And if my muscles are tense, my breathing's rapid, my heart rate's faster, that's sending a signal to my brain. I'm in danger. Being chased by a lion or something else. I've got something bad happening. It's not even true. But this is going on, this cycle, and I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm just lying there in my bed, 4 a.m, for 2 hours. And I finally fell back to sleep. Does that happen to you? I think it happens to a lot of people. So what has been helping me the last 2 weeks, and I don't know why it took me so long, to really start doing this. I think I've heard lots of different ways to try to help yourself to calm down and sleep. But the more that I teach this to people, children, adults, everybody, I'm teaching about the nervous system all the time because I'm a life coach. I'm also a mental health first aid instructor. I do a lot of communication and presenting and all the things about our body and our brain. And I'm like, wait, I'm teaching people this all the time, that there's communication going between my brain and my body. And if I want to calm my brain, I need to calm my body. I teach this all the time for the last few years. And I've just been thinking, okay, so if I want to calm my brain, I need to calm my body, relax it. Okay, so I could do some like deep breathing. Okay, yeah, I've been trying to do that. But then I thought, but this is a cycle of information going around and around in my body. I need to change what I'm thinking. And I also need to utilize this amazing practice that my body will be in the present. And I can tell my body to be in the present. Nothing bad's happening. I'm just lying in my bed, safe as can be. And that safety in my body will send a signal to my brain, I can go to sleep. Why shouldn't that work? Makes sense to me. This is just biology. So use the tools in the right way, and shouldn't we get a good result? Of course not. Our bodies are not perfect, so nothing's going to work perfectly. But I will say, in the last 2 weeks, this has helped me a ton. I have been learning and I've been training my brain to get out of that muscle memory of, oh, it's 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm just going to think about everything that ever happened and think and think and think, and then be sad and frustrated that I'm awake. I should be asleep right now. Now I'm only going to get 1 more hour of sleep, and that makes only this many hours. And then I just focus on that. I'm stewing on that, and now I'm getting a worse threat response. It's getting worse and amplified. But this time, the last couple of weeks, when I find myself waking up at these kind of random hours, I have been using mindfulness to tell my brain what the truth is so that my body can experience the truth. And so I will keep my eyes closed. The lights always stay off. I don't get on my phone. I never do anything like that. I might take a sip of water. Sometimes I wake up because I am thirsty. That's obnoxious. But I will take a big deep breath in and out. And when you take the time to learn different breathing techniques, you can utilize different strategies while you're lying there in your bed to calm your body, relax your muscles, slow your heart rate down. Breathe in and out. Create that feeling of safety in your body, which can turn off that anxiety that your brain thinks something bad's going to happen. They can kind of break that circuit of anxiety inducing thoughts. Anxiety now is in the body. We can sever that connection by talking about to ourselves in our minds what's really happening. So I'll find myself thinking about yesterday. What did I say? What did I do? I forgot that. I should have taken care of this. Whatever. And I'll say, oh, but right now, with my eyes closed, I'm in my bed. It's comfortable. I can hear the ceiling fan. I hear a car passing outside. I can hear my husband breathing quietly next to me, or snoring. The room is warm or cool, or my sheets are soft, my blanket is fluffy. I love my blanket. I have a down comforter that's just wonderful to be underneath. And I just start narrating what's happening right now. The truth, the present. This is mindfulness, becoming totally aware of what's happening right now. And I'll just continue to just in my mind, just slowly, gently narrate. I heard another car go by. And I'm sleepy. And I'm allowed to go to sleep. I give myself permission to go to sleep. These are the words I actually say. I give myself permission to go to sleep because I'm sleepy. It feels wonderful to go to sleep. And I can't promise that this will work for everybody. I can't promise that at all. We all have different bodies. But this might be something that could help you. It makes sense to me. I'm cutting that that channel, the channel that creates anxiety, the thinking about the past, thinking about tomorrow, and getting myself into the present. Right now, I get to sleep. And I don't even know how long I do that. A few minutes, maybe 5 at the most, but I'm doing some deep, slow breathing. Maybe I'll do some physiological sigh where, sorry, there's a big glare from the light. Look at this aura. But I will give myself that narration and calm my body down so that communication can go up to the brain and give my brain permission to turn off the threat response. I don't need it right now. I'm just sleeping in my bed. Feels great. I give myself permission. I'm gonna go back to sleep. And it's actually been very helpful the last 2 weeks. And then suddenly I'm waking up and I'm like, oh, I fell asleep. Oh, how nice. I didn't stay awake for literally an hour and a half. And even yesterday or the day before, and this is every night, so I'm training myself still. And I hope at some point I just sleep. But at least I'm going back to sleep. So this is huge for me. Instead of wallowing in anxiety in the middle of the night, worrying about things, rehashing, rehearsing, dramatizing what tomorrow's to-do list is. I'm going to dramatize what it looks like when I shall go to the bank. I have a whole story. I've got BBC production, but I was going to say, so even lately, I'll have a song. Sometimes that has helped. Does that happen to you? I'll have a song come into my mind, and I start hearing the song as if it were playing on a radio in my head. And I'm just like, I don't really want to hear this song right now. Sometimes that will be what keeps me awake. I'm just lying there in my bed and I can hear a song. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're super annoying, right? So, but lately, just the last couple of nights, I've had a song start playing and I'll say, oh, I don't need to review that song right now. I talk to myself in my brain quietly. I don't say it out loud, so I don't want to wake up my husband, but I'm like, oh, I don't need that song right now. I'm not actually listening to it. It's just a memory. It's a neural pathway that's being fired up by electricity. I don't need it right now. And so I'm able to turn it off and tell myself, okay, it's not right now. Right now, I don't hear that song right now. I hear the ceiling fan. Right now, I hear a dog barking. Oh, please don't do that to me either. Dogs barking, keeping awake. That's another tough one. But just narrating it. This is where I am. This is what's happening. And I'm giving myself permission to go back to sleep. So I'd love to hear from any of you who try this, who have trouble with going back to sleep like I do, are used to. And see, I would love to know, how does this help you? Are you able to break that channel that's creating that feeling of anxiety by changing the story into what's happening right now? Everything's fine. I'm in my cozy bed. I'm safe in my home. I can hear a bird chirping or a car going by. Give yourself that freedom by becoming present. It's the greatest gift you can give. And this morning I had one of my students message me. She said, I don't know if I'm allowed to ask you this question, but I feel worried about things. She's a teenager in high school. And she said, I feel like I'm prepared for the future, but I still worry. Because we're talking about being prepared for the future. And she's like, but I still have anxiety about things. And so I was able to share some of this with her. I said, there's nothing wrong with you if you're feeling anxious. Your body wants to protect you. Your nervous system, just trying to keep you safe. But here are some things you can do to get back to the present, which is the reality, which is truth. The future is made up. It's fiction. Come back to the present. And she was like, oh, I've never thought about narrating what's going on around me. I said, that's how you can get yourself really focused in the present. So I hope that helps her, and I hope it helps you. Please let me know. So thank you for joining me. I'm Michelle Cox. You can find me on Facebook at Michelle Cox Mindset Coach. And I have a website, michellecoxmindset.com. And I hope that you get onto my YouTube channel and see more of my podcast videos, because I like to share these little nuggets of wisdom and joy that can help you in your everyday life to create resilience, because that's what I really strongly believe in. We can create resilience understanding how our amazing body works. Our brain, our nervous system, our muscles, our heart, our lungs, all these tools are here for us. We don't need to fight against them. We don't need to hate them. We don't need to begrudge them. We need to love them and honor them and learn how to use these tools to make our life better and have better relationships. So that's what I'm all about. I love learning about the brain. I love teaching about the brain and nervous system. So connect with me. I want to hear where you're from and what ideas you have or questions you might have, and I will address them in a future episode. So find me on YouTube. It is michellecox.mindset. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week.